Hey, good morning, everybody. I hope you are off to a mild and safe start out there. Don't like what. All right, that's a little bit better, I suppose. So, our big weather story still this morning, that dense fog that just wants to hang low across the valleys. It tends to get trapped kind of near the airport along Cache Valley, Logan Ridge, Eastern Box Elder. Those are always our spots that pick up that dense fog. Right now, we are getting a live look from our Oker Mountain camera, seeing that haze that has already set up. Visibility still down quite a bit for Brigham City, better for Ogden, Logan a little bit better, Salt Lake under a mile out there as well. Now, it's not everywhere across the city. It's mainly to the west of 15 and still hanging rather low. Just had a live look from Woods Cross there in Davis, showing not that's not what I wanted. Anyway, looks pretty good there in North Temple, but all right, so we are still under that freezing fog advisory that's going to go on until 11 a.m. this morning in Cache Valley, Eastern Box Elder County, and Wasatch Front. Hotspots today. So one of the reasons why we are still dealing with that dense low-lying fog is because our dew points are close to our starting temperatures. Dew points, the point that air reaches saturation, that allows that to condense to either fog or dew. And whenever they are really close to the starting temperatures, they can heat almost. So what happened last night? Well, I should say what didn't happen that we needed to happen was kind of the skies opening up a little bit and it getting warmer, because that would have burned off some of still that fog we were dealing with pretty late in the day, but it didn't. It kind of lingered late into the day, and then it was really easy for additional fog to roll on in because you have a little bit of that moist air combining with that cold air, and they just lock each other in. So that's why that fog, since so incredibly low, it would be way different if we didn't have that inversion kind of trapping in those cold temperatures. We still may be waking up to morning fog, but it wouldn't be lingering as long. So that inversion, it doesn't really make air quality worse. It just doesn't allow that fog to lift, if that makes any sense. So that's how we're going to be starting our next couple of mornings, with that dense patchy fog into the weekend, partly cloudy skies. That inversion will really set up, so we'll be dealing with moderate air quality. Not bad. It's what we're used to during this time of the year. Temperatures are going to be more synonymous with what we're seeing mid-March, as we'll be close to the low to mid 50s. So it is going to be rather toasty compared to where we should be. There is a weak storm system that will be rolling on in Sunday, Monday, chance for some mountain snow showers, but I'll show you the storm track is going to pretty much clip northeast corner. So Summit, Daggett, Duchesne, you went to, might get a little bit of rain and snow, but other than that, dry. Right now, a little bit of cloud cover. High clouds, not much. And this is actually doing a really good job of kind of showing where that area of high pressure is. I wish I could, I know I have a drawing tool. See. Oh, what is that? I didn't mean to do that. I know I have a drawing tool. There we go. That'll do it. Kind of there's your area of high pressure. So that's why we're really not getting any of that precip, because it's acting as a dome and it's keeping everything else under that dome mild, dry, warm, inversion, all the things. And then around it, the air can circulate, and that's why it's pushing all of that precip just off the Rockies. While raising the tax on refineries by the same amount. The Idaho legislature says the bill would drive up costs for Idaho. So you can see via our Natural History Museum camera, picking up a bit of that haze. Let's say good morning. Good morning, Mike. Good morning, Steve. Good morning, Phil. Good morning, Randy. Gas tax bill is expected to be introduced into the Utah legislature. So right now, 24 for Logan, 24 for Salt Lake, 36 for Price, 36 for St. George. Air quality, hot spots. Tony says, good morning from PA, a balmy -8 degrees this morning. Is that the surface temp or the feel? Is that the heat index? I don't know. I don't live there anymore. I'm a mountain girl now. Fox Elder, Cash, Weaver, all good. Just your hot spots. Davis, Salt Lake, Utah, 211. And that's how it's going to be over the next 72 hours. And that's how it's looking into next week. I don't think we're going to go into that unhealthy zone, but we could. Hopefully that storm system that will be moving in Sunday and Monday kind of helps things out a little bit, but I said that about this last one, and it did. So today's highs, mid to upper 40s for the city, 46 Provo, upper 30s, upper 40s for Delta, low 50s Milford, Cedar City, upper 40s for Richfield, low 50s for Bullfrog, 46 for Blanding, 48 for Moab, 42 for Vernal, 42 for Evanston. Jonathan says, how is your morning? I need a few meteorologists. Morning's good. You need a few meteorologists. Are you sure? I mean, we can get you as many as you want, but I'm warning you, we're pretty weird. Very neurodivergent. And if there's a room with meteorologists together, we're going to talk about one thing and one thing only. So, I mean, it's a good time, but just a bunch of nerds. I used to work at AccuWeather, and one time I walked in to the break room, and there was two guys having a conversation way over my head. They were talking about some atmospheric phenomenon, but I had absolutely no idea what they were saying. So I heated up my food, and I got out of there. Maybe I should have stayed. Maybe I could have learned something. All right, so a few clouds will still linger today, partly cloudy over the next 72 hours as that storm system just kind of makes its way eastward. And this is what I mean when I said it's going to clip that northeast corner. So look, a little bit, maybe a little bit of some rain for Summit, Duchesne, Uinta, maybe even Carbon and Northern Grand, but mainly higher terrain showers. And there's that dome again. I don't have a tool on this one. I need to figure out how to do that. Not much precipitation coming our way over the next couple of days, other than that slight chance across the Uintas for about an inch of snow. No snow, and we need it. So this is a look at our current snowpack. We use these to describe the percentage of what we're at compared to what we need. For example, Bear River, we're at 76% of that 100%, which is average. We would love to be above average, but not happening. On average, 50% of what we need. So if you take all these numbers and if you divide by the given areas, 50%. If we're just looking at colors, red's bad, orange not as bad, yellow not as bad as orange. We love green, but what we really like is blue. No blue. Blue is above average. Purple is 150% above where we should. So we'll take that.
Sundance continues their final run here in Utah.
But once again, no real significant chance there. Just dry. Dry, dry, dry.
The program serves as a tribute to Sundance founder Robert Redford.
Groundhog Day is on Monday, my favorite holiday. It's the best holiday. They started it in 1887. Since then, statistically, he's been about 30% correct. This is a statistic from NOAA. This isn't my statistic. NOAA actually did a stat, which I love. Typically, he predicts more winners. So he gets afraid and he goes back in his hole. That's the idea. But partly cloudy conditions for Punxsutawney on Monday. Temperatures, single digits, and then teens. If you've never been to Gobbler's Knob on Groundhog Day, might I suggest you put that on your bucket list. It's a really good time. It's a party. Everybody parks at the Walmart parking lot. You get on buses, you shuttle there because you can't park near Gobbler's Knob, and you party. I'm gonna say it, you party. 7-day forecast for southern Utah. Low 60s today, so a nice one, and then trending warmer, mostly sunny Tuesday, Wednesday. Low to mid 50s Saturday, Sunday, and then mostly sunny skies mid to late next week. So really nice stretch, just not what we need, you know.
All right, how about the genre of just kicking back?
All right, everybody, Darian's up, so that means I am after her. I'm filling in for Damon today. I just wanted to get this in because I won't really have a lot of time after the show ends, so had to slip it in between shows. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Nate will be with you tomorrow and Sunday. I'll see you Monday. Be safe, guys.